Good. So just allow yourself to settle into a comfortable shape and see if you can just be still enough to listen and notice where your body's at this morning and how your body's feeling. So just going through your body from your feet all the way up to the top of your head and just checking in. Is your body comfortable? How's your body feeling? How does the right side compared to the left side feel? And just really dropping into that space of feeling and being in your body. So a lot of the time we are in our heads and planning and analysing and thinking, and that is all good. And there's definitely time and place and purpose for all of that. But right here now we come onto the mat and come into our body. And when we do a yoga practice, when we connect in with this deep part of ourselves and into the present moment, we are really taking the time to honour that deep part of ourselves and giving ourselves to have connection with that deeper part of ourselves. So let's just do a couple of breaths where we do a nice big breath in through the nose, so really feel your body up with breath, and like you're doing your biggest breath. But then when you get to the top of the breath, take another breath in, so squeeze a bit more in, and you might be surprised that there is more room even though you thought there was none. And then as you breathe out, you're breathing out through your mouth, and it's one long, slow, smooth exhale, and really make sure you're going all the way to the end of the exhale. So really keep focused on that breath and watching it all the way out to the end. So if we do a couple more of those breaths where it's a nice big breath in, feeling your chest expanding, your upper back, your torso, filling yourself up like a big lilo or beach ball or whatever it is, full of breath, like that you're so big you're about to burst with your own breath. And then hold it, and then another little breath in, up to the top, and then slow, long, smooth exhale, releasing the breath, letting the body melt and soften down into the ground. So just a few of those breaths. Good, and then just let your breath drop back after you've finished off doing that, just letting your breath drop back into its natural rhythm. So just fall back into the rhythm created by your own body of the breath and how your body wants to breathe in this moment. So just letting yourself land there. And that just reminds me of, I was talking to this artist the other day, about how Michelangelo, which is also a concept that we use to talk about in yoga, is that he, when he was doing his art, he said that the sculpture is already there, and he's kind of taking off the layers, and it's revealing itself. And this idea of that it's already there, but the layers are falling away. This is kind of one of the things that talks about in yoga, is like that the layers fall away, and then what's in comes out. And also, the reason I started talking about that was that when you're just dropping back into your natural rhythm and natural breath, it's not that trying to make it, create it for it to be any way, but it's more just letting the breath be and come as it is, and watching and observing your breath coming in and out. Good. So now we're just going to deepen our breath and send our breath down to our belly. So if you take your attention to your nose and breathe all the way down to your belly, feeling your belly expanding, and then feeling your belly contracting and softening, and the breath going out just nice big long threads of breath. And what came to me the other day when I was teaching this in a class is that I like to imagine the breath to be like a fluffy cloud or cotton wool. And you know when you've got those big clumps of cotton wool and you're pulling it out and you're stretching it out really nice and long, that is the kind of image or the feeling, like a cloud or cotton wool, that I use to feel like I'm drawing the breath all the way down to the belly button and then it's slowly retracting up. So for me, I like to have that visual of this white sort of cloud, thin, stretched out cotton wool kind of thing that's going all the way down to the belly and it's going all the way up and out back into the outside. So if that works for you, adding that into your breathing and you're just really trying to draw out to, you know, that sensation of pulling the cotton wool away from each other, that's what you're kind of trying to do with your breath. But you don't, just like if you're pulling out cotton wool, you don't want to break that cotton wool, but it's just like stretching it out nice and long. So just having your attention at your nose, take the cotton wool down to the belly button, stretch it out thin and long, and then slowly letting it retract up and out. And yeah, just nose to belly, belly to nose. And just staying with that. And as always, when your mind pulls you away, your job is just to come back to the breath. So your breath is like your best friend steering you back into your body. So just stay with that and just deepening, lengthening and feeling your breath as it's coming in nice and deep and nice and slowly leaving the body. Just letting go of that breathing exercise. And again, just falling back into your own breath. So that idea of not trying to make it happen, but just allowing things to appear So, allowing your breath to appear in its own expression. So just letting your breath be and just watching your breath and watching like the beauty and the magnificence of your own breath. And just real appreciation of your own breath and life in your body. So from this place of, wonderment and gratitude for your own body, we're going to try and stay in that place of, as we move throughout the class. So if you stay lying down on your back and just bending your knees and having your toes facing forward. Good, and then wiggle your feet out to the edge of the mat, slide your arms up to T-shape and just nice and slowly letting your knees go from side to side. And seeing if you can feel like the wave of the breath lifts your knees up and then down. So just reflecting a moment there ago, just about like, the waves of life. And, we're just all these cycles and, waves of, lots of waves kind of, we're all made up of water in our body, and just see you can tune into the waves and the energy of waves in your own body. And just moving from side to side, feeling out your hips, so you can let your knees be nice and heavy, and moving in time with your own breath. So let your breath be like your guide, and that's how you move. And again, not making that breath do anything, but just following the breath with the movement of your body. So as you're breathing in, your knees are lifting up, and as you're breathing out, your knees are falling down. You might like to also now include your head. So as your knees go to one side, you look to the other side. And notice what difference does that make in the experience of your body by now incorporating your head, and just nice and slowly moving your head from side to side. Feeling your body melting into the ground, noticing the back on the ground, what parts of your body are touching or not touching the ground as you're moving from side to side. So you're just really becoming, in tune with what all the sensory input that your body is receiving. So often we just, we can't be actually aware of all the sensory things all the time, but a lot of it is happening and we're not even aware of all the senses. Good, and then bringing your knees into the centre. So bringing your feet back so that your toes are facing forward on the mat, and just check in, see that your toes are facing forward, your heels and your knees and your hips and your shoulders, and everything's all in alignment, and just feeling that in your body. Picking up your right foot and making a 4 with your right leg, so the outsides of the right ankle comes onto your left leg. Good, you might stay there if that's enough. Otherwise, picking the left foot up, reaching your hands through, holding the back of the leg, or if you can without straining your neck, take an interlock at the top of the shin. And then just find your place here. So you're drawing your right knee away from you and your left knee in. And feeling how those two are connected, the right knee away, the left knee in, and just breathing into the outside of the right hip and the glute. So nice big breaths in, opening up the glute and the hip. Good, and then slowly rocking from side to side. So when you rock to each side, notice that when you go over to the left, there's this nice juicy stretch there. So next time you go over to the left, just hanging and hovering over. So you're kind of halfway over to the side, and you're just hovering and pulling that left knee in towards your body. And if you want to do slightly different things, feel free to. But if you don't want to hang and just stay in that spot. Good, then rolling yourself back to the centre, feeling your lower back spreading out on the earth. Bring the soles of the feet down, and arms down by the sides of the body, palms facing up. Then lifting up your legs and just shaking your legs like jelly. So when you say to kids, shake your wobbles out, this is kind of what you're doing here, just like shaking everything. So just shake the legs and look at the feet shaking, you know, maybe you can see your legs, muscles moving, and just looking at everything shaking and moving, and just feeling all that shaking feeling, and feeling how that's feeling and your body's moving and shaking, and just enjoying being in your body and like creating movement and, you know, perhaps a bit of release as you're kind of like shaking everything out. Good. Slow down the shaking and bring the soles of the feet together, soles of the feet on the ground. Nice big breath in here and out, and just let yourself settle into the ground. So noticing that difference between that, you know, wobbling and shaking and that sort of big movement that you're creating, and then the stillness in your body. So just noticing that. And now the hip opener on the other side, so picking up the left leg and outside of the left ankle on the leg in the four shape, and finding your shape here, holding the back of the leg or the shin, and just be mindful that you're not pulling on your neck. So we don't want to do a movement in yoga that then just goes and creates more tension in our body. So really be, you know, like honest with yourself, not just striving with your ego and not listening to your body. So just tuning in to the sensations of your body and let your breath travel down to where you feel the most resistance. And seeing it, you know, these sensations as like, you know, your body communicating with you, showing you what needs some extra supports and breaths and love. Good. Then nice and slowly rocking from side to side. And notice the differences between when you rock to the left and the right. When you rock to the right, that nice stretch space. Next time on the right, stay there, hovering in the air. Keep drawing the knee in and the other knee out. Let your shoulders relax and just feel that. Breathe into it. See if you can spread that sensation out to be like a nice long, thin, stretched out feeling. Breathe into it and stretch it out. Good, and then coming back to the centre. Again, take your legs up, shake them. And just shake them however you feel like you want to. So it might be just like one leg shaking, it might be two legs shaking. You might just really focus on shaking your feet. You might, you know, feel like you're kind of jumping and like bouncing. So just like explore, or your feet might kind of go side to side and you just wobble your feet and let your ankles be loose. So just like feel how are the different ways that you can kind of like mix. It's like you're, even like a, I'm thinking of like a, you know, those beaters when you're mixing up a cake and you're just shaking around. You're just shaking everything out. The blood's coming down, coming back into your hips, and you're just giving movement, helping things that might be stuck or blocked to just like move. Just bring movement into your body. Good. Slowing that down, and hug your knees into your chest. Feel that still, quiet shape. Hands around your legs, knees in towards your chest, and just rocking from side to side or being still. Good, and then take hold of the back of the legs, give a kick and rock up, or just coming up to sitting any way you can get there. So it doesn't matter how we arrive or when we arrive, and coming into cross-legged position. Wiggling a bit there if you're cross-legged, and see if you can feel that you're seated in your pelvis. You might like to pull some of the flesh away from underneath your bottom. You're sitting right on your sit bones. Help you connect with the earth, shoulders melting down. Good, and hands together at prayer at the heart. So either in cross-legged or legs out the front. So whichever one works better for you. Fingertips onto the ground. Feel your fingertips on the ground, shoulders down, crown of the head, and heart center lifting. So tuning into this idea, so just staying in this shape. But seeing if you can feel that your body is drawing down into the ground, and then from the ground, you go up and you open. Good. Hands together at prayer at the heart. Inhale, taking your hands up, reaching up nice and tall. See if you can pull your belly button in and up. Lift your chest. Good. Lift your fingers up. Feel that in your upper back. We're going to twist around to the left, so coming around to the left, looking over the back shoulder. So legs out the front, also just another option. And just a few breaths there, you're drawing your left hip back and your right hip forward. And then feeling the tailbone in the ground and crown of the head to the sky. And just a few breaths there. Good, then inhaling up to the top, reaching up nice and tall. Knees sink down, chest lifts up, opening your chest. Good, and then coming down. Remember to push down through the ground, so push down and feel yourself growing up, like a plant might come up from the earth. So you push down to the ground and then feel yourself coming up, and your chin is drawing towards your back shoulder, top of the head reaching to the sky. A few breaths there, and feeling the release, the squeeze in your body. Good, and then coming back to the centre. I'm going to take our legs out the front. Good, and hands facing, fingers facing in towards you. Push your tailbone down with your chest. Let your head go back. So again, you're feeling everything that touches the ground. Push it down into the ground and lift your chest up and open. And just breathe into your chest. Nice big open shape. Opening up your chest. Staying with your breath. Staying with the sensations. Your mind's going to keep pulling you away. Remember, you're here to spend time getting to know your inside space. Good, and then releasing and coming up to standing. See your feet facing the short end of the mat. Good, and just noticing the soles of your feet on the ground. Feeling like all your body weight, or everything in your body, is like all this liquid that's draining down from you. So as you're breathing out, everything's kind of like draining down, like a shower of stuff draining down. And then feeling that your heart's lifted, your thumb at your heart centre. Good. Reaching your hands out in front of you, stretching your hands out nice and long. And then imagine you've got a big cat tail and someone's pulling, they're not mean, they're not like a 2-year-old that's pulling your tail very meanly, but they're pulling your cat tail back and pulling it back till you can kind of stretch no more. Then reach your fingertips forward, look up between your hands and just sinking into the ground. So we're staying for about 5 breaths and just really finding that place of steadiness and ease where you feel like something's happening but it's also maintainable. Nice big breath in and out. Noticing that heat, that fire, that intensity that you're creating in your own body. And that's what in yoga we call tapas, the heat that helps us to burn off stuff. Got 2 more breaths here. Good, push down to the ground, inhale, reach up, stretch up nice and tall, lift your fingertips up, lift everything up and push down through the ground. Hands out to the side and exhale, coming down. Just pausing for a moment. Nice big breath in. And a nice big breath out. Good, coming into chair pose again. So arms out in front of you. Your cat tail pulling you back. And your heart is being pulled forward. So from your heart here, it's like someone's got something attached on a rope and it's pulling your heart forward and you're leading with your heart. So as you breathe in, heart's coming forward. Good, bring your hands together at prayer at the heart. Good, and coming into a twist. So we're going to take our left elbow around to our knee and look up to the sky. So still try and keep your weight sinking down. Good, looking up to the sky if you can. And feel that your shoulders are away from your ears. Good. Take your arms out the front, stretch out, then inhale, come up, exhale, come down, just pause here, allow the breath to emerge. Hands to the heart, pull the bottom back, sink down, find your shape, and here in this shape, can you feel 2 feet, your 2 knees, your 2 hips, 2 shoulders, your fingers, and feel and become aware of the outside shape of your body and all the sensations in your body. Hands to prayer at the heart, twisting around to the other side, to your right elbow to your left knee. Good. Arms back out front. And push down through your feet, come up. Lift your chest up, reach up nice and tall. Look up, lift your heart up. Turn your hands out, palms down, and just drop into stillness for a moment. Good. And we're going to come to the front of our mat. There, your feet on the ground. Check in with yourself. Always keep checking in. Shoulders over your hips. Chin parallel to the ground, crown of the head drawing up. So we're going to start with this little movement. We're kind of doing a bit of a standing up sun salutation, I guess, today. Starting with this movement that's small and then it gets bigger. So it's like an upside down love heart shape. So it comes down, hands go back behind you, then your hands go over, you round your back, and then your hands come together, and then coming up and looking up. Then your hands come to prayer at the heart. Good. So we're going to keep doing this a few times and just get bigger and bigger in it and move into it more. So we start to bend our knees, then our tailbone goes back, and we round it up and under, then our hands come together, and like we're whale spurt coming out of the water, and then the hands come down. And we just keep this movement, bend, let the weight sink into the body, and feel like this wave-like motion coming up out of the ocean, sinking down, and just making this movement bigger and bigger, finding your own expression. And can you just really enjoy this movement and really enjoy being in your own body? Noticing how your body comes out and in and then down your midline. Noticing how your weight sinks down and up and round and flying up. Good, and just really tuning into all these sensations in your own body and feeling what's happening in your body. Noticing maybe your fingertips touching the ground, how your hands touch each other, how they move away, and just really noticing all these sensations in your body. Good. The next time you come to hands above your head, just pausing there. Good. Reaching up nice and tall. Stretch up, feet down, fingertips up. So imagining yourself to be like a candle flame, and each time you're breathing in, you're getting a little bit bigger. So just like a candle flame with oxygen expands. So use your own breath to expand yourself, to help your light, your inner light grow, to help yourself feel stronger. Good. Bending your third, fourth and fifth finger down and reach your top fingertips up. Good. And then leaning over to the side. And if you don't do these arms, you might just have your hands on your waist and lean to side to side. So if this shape's no good, you could just have your hands on your hips and a bit more supported. Good, and just leaning to the side. So feeling the right side of your body opening up, pushing your left heel into the ground. Rolling your top shoulder back. Good, then inhale coming up to the top. Stretch up, remember your candle flame shape. Reaching up and over to the side. Staying there for a few breaths. Rolling the top shoulder back. Just find the place where you feel the sensation. You don't need to be overdoing it. Just feeling it and seeing then if you can open. So if you push yourself too much, your body will just say, no thanks, and it will just lock up. Inhale, coming up to the top. Lift your chest, lift your fingers. Stretch up nice and tall. Then hands down to prayer. Good. Take your hands up. Fingers spread out nice and wide. So we're going to take our right foot back and go into high lunge. So you can either just step back and do it, or if you feel like it, coming up and then going back. So you might just go step back that way, or you might even step back onto the outside foot and just come into warrior one. So any of those kind of ways that you feel like are the right one for you. Then when you land, wherever we're all in the same kind of shape, push down through your feet, up through your fingers, And if it's not making you feel wobbly, looking up. So push down through the ground and up. So feel like you're being stretched down through your feet and stretching up. Each time you inhale, you're being pulled up and feeling really open and spacious in your body. Good, check that your feet are right. So maybe your feet are a bit close, like mine are. I just had to readjust them so that I can really feel balanced and strong here. Keep your legs where they are. Turn your hands back, down, draw your hands down and your heart up. Push your feet away from you, like you've got ice skates on and they're being pulled away from each other. So pull your feet away from each other. Good. Then arms up, reach up, push down. Either step to the front with your hands up, or a little easier, hands and just stepping. Good. Then arms down by the side. So just making it right for your own body. So we're going to go, oh yeah, that's right. Either way you want to go back into that. So if you wanted to lift your leg up and then slowly go back, or if you just wanted to go back, so just do what's right for you. Lift your chest, reach up nice and tall. Feeling yourself to be like a goddess. Nice big open shape in your own body. Feeling strong in your own body, feeling balanced between the right and left side of your body. And then hands down, interlock the other way, hands draw down, chest lifts up. Try not to scrunch your toes. That's it. Push your feet away from each other. How open can you be in your body? So where can you open yourself up? Good. Then we're going to release our hands up. Feel like your fingers are being pulled up. Like a force is drawing your fingers up. Good. And then you come to the front, either by hands to the hips or you just step up. So a bit easier. Then bring your hands down and we just all come together. Just pausing there for a moment. Nice big breath in and out. Good. We're going to turn around and face the wall over there, and we're just going to do Warrior 2. So take your feet up nice and wide. Put your feet out nice and wide. Good way to check in with your shape is feet underneath your hands. Feeling yourself like a nice big star before we even start. Fingers stretching away, feet stretching away, heart nice and big and open, and the crown of the head reaching up. Good, then we're going to turn our left foot out to 90 degrees and back foot in 45. Bending your front knee, so sink into it. Make sure you're not over bending on that ankle. Push your foot down and forward and then lean into the outside of the back foot and coming into Warrior 2. Good. Nice big open shape. Look over to the front hand, the fingernail on the left hand. And each time you breathe in, feel like your star body is being stretched. Like someone's pulling each point of the star and they're pulling you out and opening you up. Each time you breathe in, like a big piece of chewing gum, they're stretching you out each time you breathe in, and then you soften back as you exhale. So spread, open, stretch out. Good. Then keep your legs where they are. Bring your front arm onto your front leg and reach your right fingertips up to the sky. So up to the sky first of all. Middle finger, hip connected, reaching up. Let your shoulders be away from your ears. Good. Then staying in that shape and just making 2 big circles with your arm. And imagine that you're tracing a line around the full moon. That's a nice, huge, big shape. Good. When your hand comes up to the top, just pausing there again. Push down through your feet, up through your fingers. Good. Back to T-shaped arms. Feel yourself in the centre. Straighten your leg, bring your hands down. Swiveling your feet around for the other side. So check in with yourself. Your foundations are very important. Feel your feet. Float your arms up. Bend that knee to the little toe side. So most people need to be encouraged by pushing your hand to the inside of that knee so it goes to the little toe side. So that's for most bodies. Then check that you're not leaning forward, that your shoulders over your hips. Spread your fingers away from each other in a few breaths here, feeling yourself expanding each time you breathe in. Opening, stretching, expanding and growing. Good, front arm onto your front knee. Fingertips, middle finger being pulled up. So imagine someone's got hold of the tip of your middle finger and they're pulling you up as you push your back heel into the ground. They're pulling up. Good. Join all your fingers together and make a paddle for your two big circles. Feeling out your shoulder, going all the way around that big full moon. It's a really big shape. Stretching those fingers away from the back heel. Nice big open circle. Good. The next time your fingertips point at the sky, pausing there and looking up at the sky. Heels into the earth, fingertips up. Good. Being and staying in your body. Back to T-shaped arms. Warrior two, feeling yourself strong like the warrior. Legs strong, upper body light and lifted and sitting. Like your upper body sits on top of your legs. As your legs are holding all the weight and doing all the work. Good. Then straighten the leg, bring your arms down. Heel tying your feet in together to hip width distance. Good. And then just turning around to face the front. Close down your eyes. Pausing for a moment. And just breathing earth energy. So take your attention to the soles of your feet and come all the way up to the top of the head. And then breathe out through your heart space. So you're taking your attention to your soles, feeling like you're a kid sucking a milkshake up your body, and you're drawing everything all the way up to the top of the head. And then you're breathing out and feeling it coming out of your heart. Imagine that you're breathing out through your heart. So just a few of those breaths, earth to heart breathing. Just really feeling your breath, feeling the energy as you're breathing in and out. Good. And now from this place of stillness, we're going to move into a balance. So you might like to go and hold the wall, lean against the wall, or you might stay on your mat. It really doesn't matter. It's about what support do you need to be able to find a good spot for yourself in tree pose, balance pose. So transferring your weight to your right foot. Feel that right leg standing up tall and straight. So push down through your right foot to the crown of your head up. So we're feeling ourselves being stretched out and feeling, reaching up, pushing down. So from your core, it's like you're being pulled. Yeah. So then we're going to put the foot on the top. Keep the knee out to the side and the shoulders facing the front. Can you today be really aware of your pelvis and your hips? And we want to keep, and I'm just putting my hands there because that's where I'm just reminding myself of this place. That, and even if you have your hands there, that you just want to, like, as you find this balance shape, even just placing your hands there to feel that, you know, we want to be opening up in our hips and opening up in our pelvis, and we need to have our knee out to the side to do that. So if you need to just place your hands there for a moment, just to feel that it's this feeling of like from the centre that you're opening out that way, so you're opening out. And that is, one of the important aspects, that if your foot's up higher, that you're still feeling this openness. And then the tailbone down, heart centre up, and bring your hands together at prayer at the heart. Thumbs just resting at the heart centre. And can you feel in this shape that stretching feeling of down into the ground and up to the sky? And use that cloud, sort of cotton wool breath in your body. Like, can you feel that you're being like lengthened and just gently, not so you break, but so that you get stretched out nice and long. Good. Keep your knee out to the side, shoulders melting down. Good. And then releasing your hands and your feet coming back to both feet on the ground, shoulders melting down, crown of the head lifting up. Feeling how good it is to be balanced and how good it is to be standing on 2 feet. Good. Transferring your weight to the other side, picking your leg up, just to whatever is right for you. Take your time to get there. So checking in with yourself, what is my shape today? And knowing that you have never had this experience in this moment before. It is completely unique and it will never be again. So can you just really, have that, see if you can have that kind of perspective on exploring this shape in your own body. Remember that we want to have that feeling of the openness of the hips and the pelvis. Hands together at prayer of the heart. Maybe you just do the feet, maybe you do the hands, maybe you do both. Maybe you just stand still. So what's right for your body in this moment? Where can you be still? What shape's going to give you that stillness? Good. Then both feet back on the ground. Feel both your soles and feet on the ground, shoulders melting down, heart lifting, crown of the head lifting, and just 3 breaths here, just really enjoying and feeling your breath coming and going. Good, and then nice and slowly, just taking your time, walking yourself back to your mat, and we'll do a twist and then relaxation, so getting your warm clothes on. So coming to lie down on the floor, putting your jumper on, getting your blanket close by, so that then once you've laid down, you don't have to get up again. So bringing yourself down on the ground and coming down to lie on the floor, knees bent and palms facing up, and just waiting till everyone gets here. And if you're lying down already, just enjoying that shape. Wherever you are, just allowing yourself to receive the sensory inputs of your own body. And if your mind starts to take you out to what might be happening later on or whatever it's going on about, just notice that your mind is pulling you out and away and bring your attention back. So noticing your body on the earth now and noticing those sensations of your body on the earth. Good, so slide your hands up to T-shape. Feel the back of the arms and the back of the hands on the earth and just feel and notice everything that's touching the ground in your own head. So from your feet up, just feel your body on the ground and let your body sink into the earth. And just focusing on yourself, there's always things going on outside around us. We can choose to let ourselves get distracted by that, or we can just focus on the inside and let those distractions melt away. Picking up your right foot, right sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Good, moving into the twist, so we're bending that leg and crossing over like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. Then as you exhale, your knees go over to the left and you look to the right. And just find your shape here. Make sure that you're not feeling like you're being sort of holding on or you're like being sort of tugged or anything's niggling. You want to be able to relax here. So you might need to move your feet away, you might need to loosen the cross. So listen to your body so that it can feel relaxed here. Because you really want to just let those legs be heavy, shoulders be heavy, face relaxed. Just really allow relaxation to flood your whole body and sink into the ground. Let this be a preparation for Shavasana. Just letting go completely into the earth. Good, nice and slowly coming back to the centre. And other side, so picking up your other leg, crossing it over, and slowly let the exhale take the legs down to the earth. Melt into the earth and let the earth take care of your body. just feel and let your breath follow your sensations. Let yourself relax and just gently open. Go nice and slowly coming back into the centre. Uncross your legs and just hug your legs in towards your chest, rocking from side to side there for a moment, massaging out the lower back. Feel your body, the back rocking and rolling against the earth. Good, then nice and slowly, legs out long, palms facing up, blanket jumpers on, and just allowing yourself to really settle into your shape and into your body. Taking your time, no need to rush or hurry. Don't undo all the good work that we've been setting up throughout this session of taking you deeper and deeper so that then now you can go even deeper. So once your body moves into stillness, that opportunity to just dive in deep is presenting itself. And always just taking what you need today from what I say in regards to movements or words. You're just like a radar, I guess, and just seeing what things land and just letting all the other things go. Feeling your body in a nice straight line and having your chin just slightly tucked. When your chin is slightly tucked, you can feel that the back of your neck lengthens, and our neck is part of our spine, of course. But just like in all the yoga poses where, you're always looking for levers and for balance. And so when we draw our chin down a little bit, we have to be mindful not to squash our throat and our neck. That's our place of expression. So finding the physical balance in your own body of a gentle lengthening of the neck without inhibiting or restricting the voice. As you're exhaling, just letting your body melt and soften down into the ground. Every exhale, melting, softening, sinking, just going a little deeper and a little deeper. This is your time for your body to be and to just be still and to be quiet. Allowing yourself, giving yourself this time, and knowing that there's nowhere else that you're meant to be, and there's nothing else that you're meant to be doing. And, in a practical sense, you have actually taken this time out of your day to be here. So there is time for you just to be still and to be quiet. You've created that time for yourself. So now really give yourself that gift by really letting yourself be there. And of course that mind is going to pull you out to the happenings of the day that has been, the happenings of the day that might be. You just steer yourself back in when you get pulled away. Really letting your body sink and soften and surrender. Feet and toes relaxed. Legs relaxed. Hips and pelvis, that open shape. Feeling the hips and pelvis opening out. The heart center opens out as the shoulders melt into the ground and the palms face up. Just really giving yourself this gift of time, this gift of just simply being, and allow your body to do its own magic Just let it be. Go deeper and deeper. Just go deeper and deeper within. like you might go through a catalogue, just seeing those people or feeling those people and just reminding yourself of how much you love them and how much they love you. Just feeling that love for all the people that sit in your heart space. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, All I know is love, and I find my heart so infinite. I find my heart so infinite and everywhere. And good, just bringing some gentle movement to your body, coming from a place of love for your body, and just nice and kindly bringing back slow little movements, wiggling your toes and your fingers, but keeping that stillness within yourself as you just slowly start to generate and bring some movement into your body. Keeping that, that contrast of like stillness yet movement. How can you have those two in your space of like being able to do and to achieve but still being in this place of stillness? Having a little stretch that you feel like you might need to as you're just coming back to your body. And nice and slowly, just in your own time, bringing yourself up to seated. Closing down your eyes and just allowing yourself to be physically still. And just allow yourself to feel. Use the breath to let yourself feel. Float your hands up to prayer of the heart, feeling the sensation of the thumbs just resting at the heart centre, feeling the sensation of the skin of each hand on each other, and seeing if you might be able to feel the out-breath from the nose travelling over the skin on the back of the hands. And just let this remind you of how lucky you are to have this breath and to have this life. Bowing down to yourself and your light and everyone else's. Namaste.
Namaste.